What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Club Sports Radio Baseball Show. My name is Jose Bouquet, and as always, I'm joined with the Carlos Correa to my Joe Kelly. It is Andrew Santangelo. How are you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing very well. A little busy, but it's kind of a little nice to get busy again. Been a little while.
You have a life now.
I
Congratulations.
do have a life now, right? Sports and work's back, so summer classes are over and got a few weeks off before the fall classes kick in. Okay. But I'm gonna say interesting duo for you today, Joe Kelly and Carlos Correa. It makes it sound like enemies.
Well, we're frenemies. I'm sure they love each other. Joe Kelly. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about good old Joe Kelly and Carlos Correa here soon. But welcome back, everyone. Second episode this week. A lot to talk about still. Baseball is in full swing. Jeez, relax me. But baseball is in full swing. It's going to be exciting to see it. We've had some cancellations, obviously. There's been just this morning, I believe. I still all this stuff's happening so fast now that I don't even know if it's this morning or yesterday. But this morning, the Brewers and Cardinals canceled. The Phillies have had two guys, one coach, a clubhouse attendant test positive for COVID, and more Marlins players have tested positive as well. So Andrew, you were pretty hot coming into this chat. So this is your team. This is affecting your team mostly. So
this is affecting my team.
Yeah. So tell me, what's your state of mind going right now?
I mean, it's for me personally. Obviously, it makes me not have a team right now. So it's disappointing. It makes me miss Phillies baseball. But I think I texted you this yesterday. Unfortunately, I think at this point, I think you're facing where you have to get rid of the Phillies. Well, I was going to say this before today came out, but I was going to say Phillies and Marlins. But now, obviously, the Cardinals are facing stuff now. But this is serious. 6 teams aren't playing today. So 3 games, 6 teams are now not playing today. You're already in jeopardy of, you mentioned it, the Phillies have 2 guys test positive yesterday. So now you're looking at maybe at least another week before the Phillies can get back on the field. Isn't that crazy now? The Marlins caused this whole thing, and the Marlins might be able to get back on the field before the Phillies in a sense, because like they'll leave their system before it leaves the Phillies system if more guys start testing positive now that one of their coaches have.
Yep.
But yeah, because now Phillies kind of got to restart the process now, because now you got to be worried about maybe the Phillies players don't catch it from the Marlins, but maybe now you catch it from your own coach. So now you got to wait another 5-6 days before you're probably going to be allowed to get back on the field. They already canceled the weekend series between the Phillies and Blue Jays. They had off on Monday already, but they're Tuesday, Wednesday. I think it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They're going to play the Marlins again. That's probably not going to happen. There's rumors that they were going to switch it and somehow play the Yankees. I don't know how that would work, because I don't know whoever the Yankees are playing. I don't know whatever happens. Like I always think about that. They're talking about switching that, but like what happens to the team the Yankees were scheduled to play?
The schedule and everything is so messed up now. It's crazy. I don't know what baseball is going to do, but they're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out, and one way they chose to help solve all these things. There's a fly around me. But one thing they chose to do is to now doubleheaders are now 7-inning baseball games now. So we're getting some college baseball into this. Andrew, you had some very strong disagreements with this, and we actually differ for once. So Andrew, tell me, why are you not a fan?
It's ridiculous. Like you're changing the game to a point. Like it's just, I'm tired of all these rule changes. You're already out there playing 2 games. Like shortening 2 innings isn't going to do much. Like if a player has it out there, they have it. Like, I don't see why this change is necessary. I mean, what you're gonna? I don't know. I don't. You're so used to playing 9 innings. It's gonna change the way teams approach the game. I mean, in already a weird year, I feel like you're taking away more. You're shortening the game by 4 innings in that day. So that's 2 innings where teams lose out in each game. Even though this probably benefits the Phillies extremely. If they're going to do 7-inning games, give me all the double headers in the world see less of that bullpen.
They're gonna. Don't you worry about that. You'll get these double headers a lot. Your team, like I said, your team's gonna have all these double headers.
Yeah, so I mean, in a way, it probably benefits the Phillies almost. I mean, whoever has a bad bullpen, it benefits either way. But so, I mean, it benefits the Phillies because now, I mean, you can go whatever starter. Hopefully, he can go 5 innings,
7.
and then
We'll go. Aaron Nola can pitch the full 7, no matter what.
Well, Nolan Wheeler can, but and then you're scratching bottom there with Jake Arrieta, Vince Velasquez.
You mean the king, Jake Arrieta? I won't have that slander here. That does not happen. Jake Arrieta.
Hey, he hasn't made a start yet, so we'll see whenever he can make his first start.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. I was about to ask you, has he even played this year? But
nah, it was Nola, Wheeler, and Velasquez. Arrieta was supposed to be that first game against the Yankees.
I guess I was going to ask you, but I realized that your team hasn't played baseball in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, and that's the other thing I was reading. I can't remember who tweeted it, but he was saying, so now that the Phillies and the Marlins really have had, I mean, when this is all said and done, it's going to be over a week since they last played baseball. You're probably going to have to give them a day or two to get a couple workouts in before you throw them back on the field, which honestly, I don't think you can. As much as it hurts those teams at a disadvantage from the long layoff, you can't afford giving them another 2 days off and missing more games. Once these teams are past whatever health guidelines go through it and they talk to the health officials, I don't think they should. I mean, yeah, again, it stinks for my team to be at that disadvantage, but you can't afford any more time off. I mean, you're looking at the Marlins and Phillies are already going to have to make up at least probably 10 games when this is all said and done if they try to get as close to 60 as possible. And now who knows where the Cardinals and Brewers are going to go from here.
Yeah. I hope that this is a caution thing, that it's not we're not going to have a full Marlin situation here. They just let's hold off for a day or two and then we can get back to it. But we'll see.
They're expected to get the rest of the series in. I did read Cardinals Brewers are going to go 1 game tomorrow, Saturday afternoon, and then they're going to go the first doubleheader, 7-inning doubleheader on Sunday. So we'll see. We'll see where we go from there. That'll be. We'll get a real reading on how well that works out.
The 7-inning doubleheaders, simply because the players apparently asked for this with the owners as well. They came up together on this quickly, so there was no pushback from either side. I mean, it's just less innings for them just to play, so we can keep the baseball fresh at least. I mean, a couple double headers. Let's just imagine we might get 3 double headers in 4 or 5 days. That's gonna be pretty rough on the players, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I've seen one of my players sit out 3 or 4 games, and I catch myself saying, "Well, this guy's had 6 months off. What are we doing? We're 5 games in." But I mean, if they need to rest, they need to rest. Who am I to say that they can't have it?
Yeah, I do have to ask this question. Did somebody persuade you the other way? Because it looked like first reaction though, your tweets made it seem like you were on my side.
I was a little shocked at first. I was like, what the hell? Are we really gonna do college baseball? Are we gonna get the rookies to rake the field too? But I read that the players wanted it just because of the reason I just said, the rest and all that good stuff. So, I mean, if they wanted it, that's fine, I guess. Just the better. This is just more of an opportunity to get more games in and get to the postseason. And then fingers crossed from there. So we'll see what happens.
I have a question for you. If a pitcher throws a no-hitter, a perfect game in 7 innings, does that taint it at all? Or
yeah, definitely. These pitching. If someone throws a no-hitter in the 7-inning baseball, that doesn't count.
I mean, it counts.
Not in my book. I mean,
it's going to go down in the history, I bet.
And we'll all laugh about it. It was 7 innings. I can't wait. I can't wait for my team to directly benefit from this too. So it's going to be great. But really, nothing's happened to the Red Sox that has changed anything, which is kind of funny, to be honest. But it's been a weird year so far. But let's go on to the story of baseball besides COVID, the actual on-field story, which is not really about baseball, but we'll talk about it. Joe Kelly and the Los Angeles Dodgers go into Houston, take 2 games from Houston, and there's a little scuffle in game 1. Joe Kelly, 3-0 count to Alex Bregman, buzzes a fastball behind him, close to his head area. Bregman just unstraps his things, takes a mosey down on first base, takes his walk. A couple of batters later, Correa gets a curveball or a slider, I believe. I don't remember which one. I think it was a slider. Gets a slider and into his head area. Joe Kelly, known for not throwing fastballs accurately or anything accurately in this inning, to be honest. But that happens. They get into this big argument after Correa strikes out. It becomes a whole thing, and Joe Kelly has been suspended 8 games for this. Dusty Baker got a fine, and Dave Roberts, manager of the Dodgers, gets 1 game. Andrew, what the hell? 8 games? Oh, serious?
Well, yeah. First, I thought the scuffle was hilarious because you could tell like they wanted to interact, but they knew what was going on, so they tried to keep the distance as they started yelling to each other.
Yeah.
And then it starts to. I mean, because obviously nothing's really happening because they're as close or trying to be 6 feet or trying to social distance as much as possible while they're yelling at each other.
Yeah.
And they all kind of like already started to distance off, and then of course you get the classic bullpen running.
Which is hilarious. Like,
it's just
later.
It's funny every time.
It really is. I've heard a couple of interviews with bullpen guys, and a question that needs to be asked more frequently is why don't you guys just get down with the bullpens? Just a bullpen brawl now. That'd be awesome. Imagine it needs to be the Reds. It needs to be Amir Garrett because Amir Garrett is about that life, and he'll fight someone in the bullpen.
That'd be amazing because it sounded like the umpires could be in there to try to break it up. So that thing would go on forever.
We're throwing then. We're going. There's no umpire to save you there.
I'm just picturing the umpires trying to settle everything in the infield. The bullpen breaks out. They finish everything in the infield. And then you get the 4 umpires running out to center field as fast as possible.
Yeah, and
wherever the bullpen is.
Running through people now that he has no umpires to deal with. Imagine Joe West running.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, Joe West just like moseying, running on down to the outfield to stop a fight. No chance.
Man, hopefully he's okay. Did you hear what happened to him yesterday?
No. What did Joe West do?
No, he didn't really do anything. He was behind the plate, umping the game, Blue Jays Nationals, and Bo Bichette kind of had a huge backswing, and when he followed through, drilled West in the ear, and his ear was all bloody.
Was he wearing a mask?
I mean, he had his.
No. You know what kind of mask I'm talking about. Joe West is a coronavirus kind of guy.
That is. Let me look it up. I honestly don't remember.
If he wasn't wearing a mask, then karma, I guess.
It does not look like, from pictures, it does not look like he's wearing a mask.
All right, well, you know what that is. But let's talk about the Dodgers since we were in.
Yeah. But no, I think what was that?
Joe Kelly's 8-game suspension. Obviously, that's ridiculous. Do you agree?
Yeah, it shouldn't be 8 games. He deserves some games. He did. When you throw over people's head and throw out heads, that's taking it to the next level. I'm all for revenge throwing. Like if you want to throw out another part of the body, go for it. But when you go to the head, that's when it gets serious. So I have no problem with the suspension. It's the 8 games that's bothersome here, especially because no Astros got suspended in this. So basically, Joe Kelly's suspension's harsher than anyone in that Houston Astros team or clubhouse outside the manager, obviously. But then I'm blanking on his name. Maybe you remember it, the Astros owner. He made a good point. I mean, he's like, it's not our fault. He called out Manfred. I thought that was hilarious. As much as Manfred's kind of like backed him up and defended the Astros owner kind of like called him out today. I don't know if you saw it. He's like, it's not our fault that Manfred didn't suspend any of our guys.
Yeah, I mean, the Astros have been so brazen about all this stuff. It's so funny. It's so funny. Like, of course this is going to happen. Like, we all knew this is going to happen. And my respect level for Alex Bregman went up a couple notches because when he got his fastball, and I think that was the only pitch where I think was Joe Kelly was like, let me send a message real fast. So he throws a fastball behind him 3-0, and he takes off his stuff and just takes his base. No problem. He just runs down. He looked scared shitless.
I was going to say, a lot of credit to him because he looked like he wanted to go beat somebody.
Terrified. He looked terrified. And I think all the Astros hitters are scared to some point because they're like, well, is it going to be me today? Am I going to be the guy who get hit? So that whole thing happened. That 8-game suspension in a 20 or in a 60-game season is 22 games if you equate it out to the full 162, which is crazy. I think if any suspension should be given, it should probably be like 2 games at most. just lay down the law. But Joe Kelly is again notoriously not an accurate pitcher. There's a video of him throwing changeups in his backyard, and he threw one and broke a glass pane on a door like 20 feet away. So he's not an accurate pitcher. He's just not,
He's not accurate, but you can't tell me that it was not. There is no intent there.
The slider to Carlos Correa, I don't think he meant to do that on purpose. The fastball to Bregman, again, that would 2 games, sure, whatever. But the whole thing, and they said that he got a part of the suspension was taunting. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so weak.
Yeah, right. If you're gonna suspend people for taunting, I feel like every NFL player would be suspended every game.
every defensive back, it'd be hilarious.
I mean,
who do you think would win in a fight, Andrew? This has been raging the internet. Correa or Kelly?
I'm going Correa.
That's the wrong answer. It's Joe Kelly.
I mean, would he be able to locate a punch the way he can't locate the pitch?
Hey, ask Tyler Austin that from the Yankees. Tyler Austin got that work a couple of years ago. So,
I forgot you're a Joe Kelly guy. I played for the Red Sox.
Yeah, of course I am. I love Joe Kelly. Joe Kelly's my man. I wish I had a Joe Kelly jersey on right now. Can you?
Who do you got on right now?
You want to take a guess?
I'm going Ortiz.
No.
Betts.
Yeah. Yeah. My Mucky Betts jersey.
You're still wearing it? Credit to you.
I mean, the Dodgers. We're talking about the Dodgers, so I have to wear their best player's jersey. It's whatever.
Is he the best player though?
Yeah, I mean, right now, Andrew, when he goes into the Hall of Fame, it's going to be as a Red Sox. Right now, what can I say?
Let's see. In 12 years from now, when that contract up, who's he going in as?
We'll see how many World Series they win. I got to win one first.
It's fair, especially with that team.
Fun fact about that series that I wanted to get out here before we change subjects. Bregman, Altuve, and George Springer combined for a crisp 0 for 21 against the Dodgers in those 2 games. That's hilarious. I also want to point out that Correa, Altuve, or no, sorry, not Correa. Correa killed them. Correa actually had a really good 2 games, by the way. So shout out to Correa for actually going out there and performing in the face of all this. But Bregman, Altuve, George Springer, and there's someone else that I can't remember off the top of my head. All right now are hitting sub 200. All hitting on the 100, 150s, 180s. 120s. Is it a coincidence? I don't know. Who's to say? It's only 1 week, but we'll see. They get caught cheating, no more cheating, and look what's happening.
I don't know if you watched those games, but the Astros had so many chances to win that extra inning game. I forget if the extra inning game was the first one or the second one. That was the second one.
Yeah,
but they had so many chances to win that game. And what was it?
I bet the Dodgers in the extra
inning. Oh, look at you! You're a millionaire now, right?
Yeah, we're having a good week, Andrew. I love the baseball. The baseball is treating me well this week, Andrew. All right.
Let me ask you this real quick. I got a situation question for you.
Oh, boy.
If you were Dusty Baker in, I think it was the 11th inning, you have your leadoff hitter up in Kyle Tucker, followed by Altuve, Bregman, and Michael Brantley.
Okay.
You already just shut the Dodgers out in the top of the inning.
Yeah.
You have a chance to walk it off here. Aren't you bunting with Tucker every time? Move that guy to third. I think it was Springer on second. You move Springer over to third with 1 out, and you have Bregman, Altuve up next. Like, you're bound to win the game at that point.
Well, we had this conversation earlier in the week with the extra inning strategies. Only one team has done it successfully so far, like we said. And I personally am not a fan of it. I would swing away every time.
I would get it if you're running down to like 7, 8, 9, but like when you got Bregman, I mean, they're going to hit a fly ball, and then I think it was the second pitch to that bat. Bregman hits a fly ball to center field that would have easily scored Springer. And I was like, well, that would have been the game. And instead,
to Kyle Tucker, unfortunately.
What was that?
What did he do? What did he do in the at bat?
I don't remember. Maybe. He didn't move the runner over. That's for sure.
That's fine. You don't have to look it up. But I was just wondering if you knew.
I think he struck out, if I remember correctly.
All right, that's good. All right, good. All right, well, so do you have any more Astros Dodgers content you want to get out there?
Nah. I mean, I think Dodgers might have won that World Series. Is what that might have proved.
Yeah. Hey, if we do get to the point where every team is sick and we have to cancel the season, how about we just do a 7-game series? Astros versus Dodgers. Winners get the 2017 World Series.
Sounds good to me. I mean,
And
you got Verlander and Kershaw both out, so
there we go. Kershaw would do anything to get back for that series. He'd do absolutely anything in his power to get back, and he's coming for that blood.
I just feel so bad for him, and like usually, like sometimes you don't feel bad for a professional player. Like I feel bad for him in a sense because like he's got that such a bad knock about not being able to perform in the playoffs, and he was dominating. What was it? I forget which game it was, but one of the games in that World Series. And then it got to like the 5th inning, and it just all changed. And from like the 5th through 7th inning,
who knows why?
Yeah, the 5th through 7th inning, all of a sudden the Astros don't miss one breaking ball. It was just,
yeah. Hey,
that was his chance to prove his worth, like this playoff, and it's just a shame.
He's gonna do it this year, Andrew. Don't worry. All right, let's talk about the Indians pitching because you actually pointed this out to me, Andrew. You wanted to talk about the Indians pitching. They're doing really well so far in their division. I believe they're 5-2. Let me give this a quick look up. Actually, you do that, Andrew. I pull up the Indians pitching staff recently. But MV Biebs, Shane Bieber comes out with another great performance, shut down the Minnesota Twins. He broke the record for most strikeouts over 2 starts. I believe he has 27 combined. So is that, Andrew, can you classify that? Is that good?
That is fantastic, and it makes you look like a genius because I believe you kind of called that before the years how well he was going to do.
Yeah, I was a big Shane Bieber guy. I bet on the Indians. Shout out to me. They were underdogs in that game when they were with Shane Bieber on the mound. I was sick when I saw that. They're giving Jose Barrios some credit. Francisco Lindor hit a 2-run home run in that game. That was pretty nice. They won 2-0. I finally pulled up the tweet you sent me. This is the pitching staff for the Cleveland Indians right now. Shane Bieber's first start before is that legendary 6 innings, 14 Ks on opening day, no earned runs. Then you have Mike Clevenger, 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks. Cookie Carrasco, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 10 Ks. Aaron Simval, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 9 Ks. Adam Plutko, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks, and Zach Plesac, a measly 8 innings pitched, no earned runs, 11 punchies. Man,
hey, I love how quiet it is that the Indians are going with a 6-man rotation too.
Oh yeah,
like I'm not gonna lie, I don't know about you, but I didn't hear one thing about it until I started reading that tweet, and I was like, wait a minute, that's 6 pitchers there.
Yeah, they have depth in the starting pitching rotation, and I think we overlooked the Indians, Andrew.
Well,
I think we overlooked the Indians. I think this team is really good. If they can figure out their hitting, Jose Ramirez is starting to look like Jose Ramirez again. Man, this is a World Series caliber team if this pitching can continue to do that. I don't know what they're going to do about 6 starters in the playoffs, but I think this is a good problem to have.
I told you I love this team coming in. I picked them to win I picked them to beat out the Twins in the Central. I think the Indians are the probably one of the most underrated teams in the league.
I'm going to definitely agree with you right now. We'll see how good this team is. I mean, this is early on, but man, they look really good. They look really good, and a lot of people were hyping up the White Sox. Everyone's riding that bandwagon, but they're currently at the bottom of the division. And guess what? Cleveland at 5-2, Minnesota at 4-2, the Detroit Tigers at 4-3. But you've got the White Sox at 2-4 right now. So it says a lot right now. I mean, I know it's a small sample size. We're barely a week in or barely 2 weeks in, but it's a 60-game season, so all these games matter a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and I think you mentioned on the last show on Tuesday, is each game is equivalent to, what'd you say, 2.7 games, I think. So, I mean, yeah, you can't afford any like long losing streak or anything like that. I mean, if you lose a couple, I mean, usually in a normal season, if you drop 5 or 6 games, I mean, you'll be like, you can still be fine in that sense. But when you're dropping 5, 6 games in a row in a year like this, like think about it, that's over a 10-game losing streak in a normal season if you do that equivalency. So I think. I mean, it's what you had to do is what Cleveland's doing is get off that fast start. So maybe down the road you can afford it. But it's through this first week, it's been weird seeing some of these teams are just like surprising. Like seeing the AL West, like nobody's better than 3-3. Like it's just that's just odd to me. I mean, obviously, I'm high on the A's going into the year. Obviously, the Astros are the Astros. Everyone expects them to be good. But I mean, the Angels sitting at the bottom at 2-5. Like, is that team ever going to be able to do anything? And now you lose Trout for who knows how long.
Yeah, paternity leave for Mike. Yeah. Congratulations on having a son. I'm sure his name will be Harper or Wentz or
Carson
or something like that. Maybe Nicholas Foles. Who knows? Peter Doug. I don't know. Andrew, if you could change your World Series pick to the Indians right now, would you? Because if I could change, I would just have them winning the division. I think this team is good enough to beat the Twins out for this division.
It's too early to give up on my World Series pick.
Who is it again?
My World Series is Dodgers over A's.
Yes.
It's 6 games into the season. It's too early to back out on that. I think. I mean, right now they're tied for first in the division, so they just got to figure some things out. I mean, I'm not going to change it.
Okay, good. Glad to know. The last topic here before we start looking forward to the weekend, I just wanted to touch on the AL or the NL West. The NL West, the Colorado Rockies currently sit at 4-1 atop of this division. I've never been a big Rockies guy. I don't know why. There's something about the Rockies that nothing appeals to me. But they sit at 4-1. They beat up on the Rangers a little bit, I believe. You've got the LA Dodgers, as we all thought, at 5-2. They're on a 3-game winning streak. Their run differential right now is 20. It's pretty freaking good for that being this close into the season. But then you've got one of my original playoff picks, San Diego Padres, right there, 5-2, right there with them, Andrew. This division is probably the one that benefits the most from the expanded extra playoff rule, because I could easily see 3 playoff teams coming out of this right now if the Rockies can continue this.
I agree with you. I think what drives everybody away from the Rockies is pitching. I mean,
of course,
it just never seems to be there. Wade Davis struggled, I think, the last 2 years. I think he's still the closer there. So obviously that's still room for concern. He's got off to a good start, I think. But no, I mean, I think that Rockies and Rangers are pretty even teams. So to take 2 out of 3 in that series, that wasn't too surprising to me. What really surprised me is when they went over to Oakland and swept the A's early on in the week on Tuesday and Wednesday, I think it was, grabbing 2 wins there to go on this 4-game win streak they're currently on. So that series is what surprised me, that they were able to go do that. But I mean, when you look at it, their offense is pretty good. I mean, Charlie Blackmon's a really good player. Nolan Arenado is probably the best third baseman in the game. Daniel Murphy's, I mean, he's not what he used to be, but he's not. I mean, he's still not a bad hitter.
Nolan Arenado over your man Matt Chapman.
Over my man Matt Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
That's your man Matt Chapman. My man's Nolan Arenado.
No, your man Matt Chapman, because he's on your A's. What are you talking about? You love Matt.
What's that?
You love Chappie.
He's a good up-and-coming player. He's not better than Arenado, though.
Okay, all right. I'm just asking the question.
I mean, he's probably about the 4th or 5th best third baseman in the game.
All right.
I mean, you got Arenado, you got Alex Bregman.
Okay.
All right, maybe 3. Who else? Who am I missing?
Rafael Devers is very good, but he's not.
Is it too early for? Yeah.
He's not better than Matt Chapman.
I mean, Jose Ramirez is better than Matt Chapman if he returns what he used to be.
No.
If he returns what he used to be.
No, not anymore.
The 2-3 years ago, Jose Ramirez was better.
2 or 3 years ago for a reason. No, Andrew. Andrew. No.
Nah. So Matt Chapman's probably 3. Yeah, in all seriousness.
Uh,
Oh no, 4. Anthony Rendon.
I suppose.
I forgot he went to the Angels. I was like trying to look at teams and who
Yeah,
the third basemen were.
I fucking hate when good players go to the Angels because they never get recognized. They're gone. They're just off of the face of the earth. Who talks about Anthony Rendon anymore?
Nobody.
No one.
I mean, how many people knew he missed the beginning of the year? And I didn't even know he came back. Like,
I only knew he's on my fantasy team. And guess what? I was treated to him hitting a home run on my bench because I didn't know he came back. I had no fucking idea.
I knew he started the year late, and I was watching. I think I had the game on yesterday or the day before, and he comes up to bat late in the game. I'm like, when did he even start playing?
Do you remember who the Angels manager is right now?
Oh yeah, Joe Madden. I do remember that one.
I have to remind myself that because I'm looking at this old white-haired guy. I'm like, who the fuck is that? Oh, that's Joe Madden. One of the best managers in baseball is just gone. He used to be so like cool and fun. Talk about, it does all these cool things in the clubhouse, and now he's on the Angels of either Anaheim or Los Angeles.
Well, it's because they got the Dodgers out there. I mean,
the
Dodgers get all the attention. Just like, I mean, Clippers are forgotten about too all the time.
Well, the Clippers are going to move to Seattle. Who knows? Yeah, it sucks. I hate that shit. That's so annoying. But the NL West is loaded, so congratulations to them. I'm excited to see how this division plays off. I don't think the Rockies are very good, like I've previously stated, so I think they'll fall off eventually. But I'm glad to see my fathers, the fathers of San Diego. I'm glad to see they're doing well. Fernando Tatis is the next face of baseball.
I forget if I picked them in when I did the expansion. I know they were in my original playoff teams, but I can't remember if I put them in the expansion one. I have to look that up. But I don't know. I'm not fully a believer on the Padres yet.
Okay. Well, they play the Rockies and Dodgers play today. That segues us very nicely to games to look forward to. They play today. It's a great matchup, actually. John Gray versus Garrett Richards, I believe his name is. On the Padres, Richards pitched really well in their first start out there. He's a highly touted prospect, I believe. If I'm thinking of the right guy, that's going to be a really fun game to watch. The odds are actually very even. I wanted to bet the fathers again because I've been betting the fathers a lot recently.
Rockies.
So, you got the Rockies today?
Today, let's see, Gray against Richards. I'll take the Rockies today in the series.
Okay. All right. Well, I want you to write that down. Let's remind ourselves. Let's pick these series, Andrew. I want to do something fun.
All
right. So I'll write it down, Andrew. I'll be so nice. So let's talk about another series. I'll let you talk about this first because pain is going to come from this series. The Red Sox start a 3-game series. I believe it's 3 against the New York Yankees tonight. We've got the electric matchup of Jordan Montgomery versus fucking Ryan Weber. Yeah, Red Sox gonna get fucking smacked. What are your thoughts on this series, Andrew?
It's gonna be high scoring for the most part. Luckily, the Red Sox get to miss Cole in the series, so I think the Red Sox can beat up on the Yankees pitching as well. But when it's all said and done, Chapman's coming back, so Yankees will have a solid bullpen there, Britton and Chapman. Red Sox.
The Red Sox absolutely destroy Aroldis Chapman. Andrew, you know who I'm not afraid of when he comes into the game? Aroldis Chapman.
All right. I mean, actually, Miles, I take that back. I don't know if he's playing. He's cleared to play.
Sure,
so we'll see.
We don't know what we're going to see. And plus, none of these games are going to be fucking close enough for him to get in anyways.
But, yeah, I'll take – I mean, it's still rivalry. Red Sox steal 1. I'll take Yankees 2 out of 3.
That makes me feel a lot better.
Sunday night baseball. Though.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch like a 4-hour baseball game because all these fucking Yankees Red Sox games are 16 hours.
I'm interested to see who are the Red Sox going to throw. Who's your prediction?
Sunday night. Let me look because
they're TBD. That's what I'm saying. They're to be determined. Yankees got Paxton, but Red Sox haven't announced theirs yet.
Well, Let me see because I want to see if they've announced someone for tomorrow first.
Yeah, it's Godley. Is that how you said it?
Yeah, it's Zach Godley. I have no fucking idea, to be honest. It could be. It's probably going to be a bullpen day, so we might see Matt Hall get the start there, and that would be the worst. So we might see
There you
a
go.
Matt Hall or a John.
Hall gets Paxton Sunday Night Baseball. There you go.
Yeah, it's Godley versus Tanaka is the game that the Red Sox will take. They're going to get smacked tonight. I'm going to tell you that now. They're going to get hammered tonight.
But Montgomery's nothing special either. So like, you guys bat first. Just get an early lead.
No. I'll go ahead and put a prediction on this show. The Yankees hit a home run in the first inning. There you go. I almost drove myself to commit the unholy sin again, Andrew. But I was like, fuck the Yankees. Why would I ever? It's the Yankees. That's the bridge I can't go. I can't go that way.
Disappointed.
But hey, we're having a good week, like I said, Andrew. That jumped me into the good week zone. So we're having a great time. We mentioned this series earlier. It's Indians versus the Twins. Andrew, I believe, is this for 4? I'm not absolutely sure how long this series goes.
I guess it's for 4 because they started yesterday, so
yes,
you figured they wouldn't get Sunday off.
I'll look it up while you talk. Tell me about who you like in this series.
I mean, these are the front runners in the Central. I like the Indians in this series. Even in Minnesota, I mean, obviously no fans, so I think that helps them. I forgot about 4 already. So honestly, this is probably one of those you're going to split. I'll go 2-2 split here. I really like that Twins offense. It's better than the Indians. So, but hey, it's so hard though because with the way the Indians are pitching, it's like how do you pick against
tonight? We got Clevenger tonight, and like I said, he could be. I said this about 2 groups of pitchers about them being top 5 in the Cy Young. This is one of those groups. Clevenger is really, really good.
Yeah, Clevenger tonight, then you get Carrasco tomorrow. Yeah,
what are you supposed to do with that? That's ridiculous.
Hey, and they had to face Bieber on Thursday.
Yeah, that's so ridiculous. I can't believe they were underdogs. I never forgive myself for not betting more, Andrew. They were underdogs with MV Bieber on the mound against fucking sticky ass Jose Barrios, man. Never forget.
This is tough. Like, should I go 3-1?
I'm going 3-1.
We'll go. Honestly,
I'm going 3-1 Indians.
Who are the Twins have pitching on Sunday? Because that could go for the sweep.
Let me look real fast.
Homer Bailey. Can they get the sweep done?
If you get an early sweep here, that sends a message. I'm going 3-1. I think one of them will get a win. It'll probably be against Cookie. But man, this pitching staff is really good, Andrew. Really good. It's just needs the offense needs to get there.
I'll go 3-1 as well.
All right. Good to know. Andrew, do you have any final thoughts? Anything you want to go into the weekend thinking about?
Is the last series we're doing?
Yeah, that's it, Andrew. Let me tell you, when there's like 3 or 4 good series that are canceled, it really cuts into the vibe. Cardinals, Brewers was going to be a fun series, but
Let's see what else we got. Mets, Braves could be interesting.
Let me tell you, Andrew, it's very interesting today.
Who we got? We got Rick Porcello against, Sean Newcomb?
It's tonight, yeah.
So should be a high-scoring game.
And Andrew, that's not interesting. Come on, the Mets.
I said that should be a high-scoring game.
The Mets just lost 2 games against the Red Sox, and Martin Perez fucking put him in knots last night. Absolute knots. Pete Alonso. I'm worried about Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso looked really bad against the Red Sox. I need to get this out too. Pete Alonso looked really bad. Had one fucking scorcher of a home run though. A ball got out of Fenway Park. Literally the fastest I've ever seen a baseball get out of a stadium. It was ridiculous. But Jacob deGrom, oh my Lord, Andrew. I don't watch Mets baseball that often, so I don't get to enjoy a full Jacob deGrom start. But Jacob deGrom was just like throwing 101 mile-hour fastballs and 95 mile per hour sliders. I was like, this is ridiculous. This is unfair. And guess what, Andrew? I told you the Red Sox were going to win that game. And guess what they did? They won that fucking game.
They won. You're right.
Yeah.
No, it's a shame. It's not a shame that the Mets lose, but
It is a shame. You love the Mets.
It's a shame that DeGrom can't get any credit for it. Like,
hey, two back-to-back Cy Youngs is good credit right there.
No, but I just mean like overall, like obviously this guy. Obviously you love to get a Cy Young award, but you're gonna tell me he doesn't want a chance at a World Series. But as long as
he was in a World Series. What are you talking about?
That was early in his career, though.
The Mets were in a World Series in the last 10 years. That's insane to think about.
Yes, they were in the World Series in 15. But like now, this guy, that was before he turned. Like, what was his stats that year? Like, that was before he turned into this kind of pitcher.
No,
which also kind of makes you think, like, where did this come from? Because he did not start all that well.
No, I remember Jacob deGrom being like kind of average-ish pitcher, and he did it.
He actually was pretty good.
Well, he had to be that good to get the Mets in the World Series.
It was 14-8 with a 2.54 ERA.
Yes, that's gross. Andrew, how did it make you feel seeing the Mets go to the World Series?
I mean, it stung, and then they lost to Kansas City, so that was pretty funny.
God, you're such a savage. What do you have to plug, Andrew?
What was that?
What do you have to plug, Andrew? Because we have to get out of here.
My Twitter is AJ_Santangelo. Another podcast, Chasing the Pennant, is at ANYP Phillies. True_Philly Sport and Philly_Sports Now.
I think we said earlier in the week that we were going to get Joe on here, and we definitely did not have Joe on the show.
We said we wanted to get him on to another show. I don't think we ever pinned down a show. Mm-hmm. If we did, my bad. That's all me.
Yeah, I don't remember. either. We have to.
We also came up with this like 3 hours ago on a time. So.
Yeah, hey, we're a very fluid podcast here. We're like we said, we're going 2 episodes a week. We're gonna go. I think we'll do Fridays. Fridays seem fun. It's a good vibe. Maybe we'll switch to Thursdays. Who knows? But we'll definitely be on Tuesday, 5:00. We'll be there every day. It'll be fun. Andrew, I hope you have a good day. I hope your team comes back. Maybe.
Hopefully. Maybe
we'll see Philly baseball sometime soon.
As painful as they could be, I still miss them.
Yeah, if we do get this, and I told you I have the Rangers in a parlay, so maybe if the Rangers lose, maybe if they win, maybe Samwise will be on next week.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see what we can do.
Maybe. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that we got this far, guys. Thanks for rocking with us, and again, we'll catch you guys next time. Please, as always, go to Pub Sports Radio, buy a shirt. Go get some nice merch. Maybe we'll put some Pub Sports Radio merch out there. Maybe some baseball shirt merch. Maybe we'll put the logo on a shirt. Give us some feedback there, maybe, and maybe we'll oblige. Who knows? Who knows? Follow me at Jose Bouquet. Listen to all the other shows on Pub Sports Radio. Have a great weekend, guys. We'll catch you guys next time.